Episode 3. Let's get right to it this time. Today is a good day. It's the first of the year, and we're riding motorcycles across Vietnam. If we felt cool before, you can't imagine how awesome we are feeling now. And actually, wait, hold on. Why are we looking at an empty mirror? Fix that. Do we need to start over? Flip the camera. Now we're upside down? I don't even. Come on, man. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, how cool we are. Right. That's me on the left. Bearded, rotund, really cool glasses. This is Matthew, calm, collected Kentuckian. And together we're on the adventure of a lifetime riding across Vietnam. It's hard to believe, but after a day's ride through some cold, misty mountains, we'll end up in a tropical paradise. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, but that's later. For now, we've got some serious riding to do. And of course, it wouldn't be riding in Vietnam if we didn't start the day with some sort of soup.
Killed it with my point on Vietnamese, and this was exactly what I wanted.
Did you even say anything, or did you point?
I grunted, I used my numbers, 1 and 2. I know how to say coffee, and then I used the eating symbol.
Rarely did we actually know what we were getting.
It's like ramen.
Ramen?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah. This drive up here is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. The most amount of beauty I've had to take in since I've been here.
It's had to take it.
Had to take it.
Tough to process.
It's so difficult. This is stuff I don't remember the rest of my life. Riding bikes down windy lanes. It's exhilarating. This weather, it's 70 degrees, breezy, sunshine, bright blue skies. It's perfect.
And it was perfect. I mentioned this before, but it really feels like flying when you're in the middle of an epic ride. There may be ground beneath you, but you hardly feel it. It's just you and the mountains transcending the road. As it happens, though, if you fly too high in Vietnam, the weather can change dramatically. As we neared the coastal mountain range, it got much cooler. We expected this, but it had been high 90s in Saigon, coolened a lot, and now was legitimately cold. The clouds were previously looming overhead, now we were in them. This would be our introduction to the enchanting jungle mist and the damper side of this country. No less beautiful, just a new experience for us, and certainly a large part of that real Vietnam we were chasing. On this ride down to Nha Trang, you pass many incredible waterfalls, some seemingly extending all the way up to the sky. But one in particular stood out, and we doubled back and spent a good hour taking it in. That was hardly the end of our epic ride that day. Next up was incredible switchbacks through the mountains with many stops for pictures, more waterfalls followed closely by possibly the most incredible overlook of all time.
This is the most beautiful scenery. I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park. It's just breathtaking.
have you ever seen anything quite like this view? You could say we were having a good day.
What is this place?
This is the most beautiful mountain range I've ever seen in my life.
After another extended and unplanned detour, it was time to get this bromance back on the road. We had a good ways to go before reaching our night's destination, and as usual, had no idea where we were staying. But we'd figure that out. Begin intermission sequence now.
Happy New Year, Mr. Worker. Yeah, please enjoy. Welcome in our resort.
We've arrived at Emiana Resort in Nha Trang, the Hawaii of Vietnam, as they say. Today we're doing a tutorial how to do Nha Trang on 7 million dong a day.
We decided to kick off the new year by doing probably what everyone else is doing, staying in a 5-star hotel in Vietnam. Best part? What's going on here? A little viewing. Where are you going?
Now the real test of luxury is if they have sparkling water in this minibar. We're gonna add that to the tab.
That's what we're paying for. And then wait, what? What is this?
What is this? Yes.
Those are what I'm looking for.
Oh, it actually didn't look that bad.
Delirious after a week's travel, with sickness levels increasing, we were having a little too much fun.
What are you getting off that?
Getting a nice mild water scent.
That's the true water.
Cheers to
sommelier.
2018.
Yeah, I have no idea what we were doing here. Sorry about this.
Whoa.
This is how you do Nha Trang on 10 million dong a day.
Just a heads up, this is a long, beautiful beach montage, so if you're not into that kind of thing, well, skip ahead a few minutes.
Luxurious place I've ever stayed in. But yeah, this is 5-star class resort.
And, of course, what would be the point of staying at a place like this if you didn't get a drone out over it? It would hardly be Vietnam if you didn't do at least 2 illegal things before breakfast, right? Yeah, and on a brief serious note, this was all done in fun, but we had a lot of serious moments during this trip. Going from extreme poverty to extreme luxury was actually extremely uncomfortable and really opened our eyes to new perspectives.
I now truly understand how fortunate I am.
Perhaps more on that later. After our relaxing mid-trip getaway, it was time to get back on the road. We said our goodbyes to the life of luxury and made our way back into the city.
I can imagine this.
We had a great time taking a break at Amiana, but the truth of the matter is we were pretty frustrated at this point. We had plotted our route by connecting major cities, which seemed obvious and was partly the appeal of riding across Vietnam in the first place. But after Dalat, it was mostly downhill for these major city tourist traps. Passing through Nha Trang was one of the low points of the trip. Beautiful bay and beautiful Vietnam, yes, but boardwalks overrun by tourists was not our idea of a good time. We had a few more major cities to hit, but we were becoming discouraged by them. However, let's not let that slow us down. That's enough montage.
So we just picked up these hats, which we've decided is basically the Vietnam equivalent of in Nashville wearing cowboy boots down Broadway.
We're on the beach in Hawaii, Vietnam. We're doing it right. This is what the locals do, right?
It is. This is extremely local. Oh yeah, look at he likes them.
Where you from?
He likes these.
I'm from the United States. United States.
Where you go now?
Our best friend.
To Danang.
Danang. Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Our new best friend. Well, it was a short, but it was a great friendship.
He didn't even try and sell me anything.
If we looked closely, we could find traces of the Vietnam we had come to love, but it was mostly inauthentic. If this was the Hawaii of Vietnam, then we were in Waikiki and were ready to leave and head up to the North Shore. That comfort we had just gotten used to at our resort, that was about to be a thing of the past. And I, for one, was absolutely okay with that. Tonight, we were taking the overnight train up to Danang, and oh man, was it an experience.
I'm not sure that this is the right train. There's two trains coming.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just show them your ticket. They'll tell you.
Nha Trang. Để đảm bảo an toàn, chúng tôi đề nghị quý khách trở về ổn định chỗ của mình, sắp xếp hành lý gọn gàng đúng nơi quy định. To ensure your safety, we would propose you to stay at your seat.
After losing our hearing to the 5-minute-long announcements, we were ready for a good night's sleep in our rock-hard, child-sized coffins. We made it, though. Barely.
I feel like it's India. That was not a good, restful night's sleep.
No?
No, it was not.
Oh, it was great.
Between this cold and the jail beds, it just wasn't happening for me.
Bumpy trains be damned. We were about to get our bikes back, and there's nothing to lift the spirits quite like getting out on two wheels again. We're at the halfway point of our trip now. Such an incredible adventure it's been. While there is a bit of a lapse in footage for the next few days due to poor weather and, for me, several days of being much too sick to ride, the best days of the trip are just around the corner, so stick around. Hoi An, Hue, the Hai Van Pass, and us finally getting to where we didn't realize we were trying to go this whole time. Next on Moto Vietnam.